You guys are not ready for this one. GloRilla is now caught up in a messy legal situation, and it's getting spicy. A woman who goes by the name Slim the Body Lass has stepped forward with some serious accusations. According to her, GloRilla straight up jacked her catchphrase and turned it into part of her hit. Slim's got a track called Natural, where she proudly says, all natural, no BBL. And she uses that exact line all over her social media. That's her thing, her whole brand vibe. And now she's saying GloRilla took it and ran with it for her own gain.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your girl, Natalie, a.k.a. Slim the Body Lass, all natural, no BBL, man. Hoes go to hell. Slim the Body Lass, all natural, no BBL, man. Hoes go to hell.
But wait, it doesn't stop at just the catchphrase. Slim is coming for everything. She filed a full-blown copyright infringement lawsuit claiming GloRilla's song, Never Fine, not only steals her words, but also bites off her melody, lyrical flow, and overall composition. Slim isn't playing games. She's basically saying GloRilla lifted her whole style.
And all natural, no
BBL,
man. Hoes go to hell.
And get this, Slim's not just doing this for clout. If she wins, she could walk away with some serious cash. We're talking 6 figures. The exact number hasn't been released, but you better believe it's a solid stack. On top of that, she wants songwriting credit and royalty payments from Never Fine. That means any future checks from that song could have Slim's name on it. But let's be real, copyright lawsuits are no joke. They're complicated and messy. Slim could end up getting the bag or walk away with absolutely nothing if the court doesn't side with her. It all depends on how strong her receipts are. Now listen, let's get into the legal side of all this. A lot of folks don't realize this, but short phrases, slogans, and taglines, those aren't usually protected by copyright law. That means saying something catchy like all natural, no BBL might not be enough to win a case. And if the phrase has already been floating around in pop culture or used by others online, that's another strike against the lawsuit. Copyright only protects original creative work, not common sayings that everybody's using. So at the end of the day, it's going to be up to a judge to decide if Slim the Body Lass actually has a solid case or if it's just another case of clout chasing in the music game. Now let's be real, what do you think? Did GloRilla actually steal those lyrics and vibes, or is Slim just looking for a quick come up and trying to get that payout off GloRilla's name? Drop your thoughts down below. I want to hear what y'all really think. All right, now let's move into something even more disturbing. And honestly, this one's hard to stomach. So this next story involves a couple who went by the names Duchess, Dior, and the Frenchman, but their real names were Zaria Carr and Shamar Carr, and they were living down in Georgia. What looked like a flashy online couple was actually a chaotic, toxic relationship behind closed doors. They were married with kids, but they stayed fighting, cheating, and worse. Allegedly, Shamar was extremely abusive, and despite everything, they kept going back and forth. It's heartbreaking because Zaria had just recently given birth, not too long before things took a dangerous turn. Then on June 14th, things exploded. They went live online, and Shamar decided to air out everything, exposing private details, drama, and chaos in front of everyone watching. It was wild and tragic. But here's the part that really shook everybody to their core. It wasn't just Shamar doing the talking during that live. Zaria was going back and forth with him too. Both of them were putting each other's dirty laundry out for the world to see. This wasn't just some quick argument. This live dragged on for nearly an entire hour, with tension building by the minute. And sadly, that live would be the last time Zaria was seen alive. What makes this even more disturbing is what happened right before they went live. Just hours earlier, Zaria made a chilling post on Facebook. She wrote, "I need help before I lose my life or freedom. My kids need me now." That message sounded like a cry for help, and it's even more heartbreaking now that we know what came next. At around 9:30 p.m., police were called to their home, and that's where they found Zaria, shot and killed. Shamar had already fled the scene in a car, and shortly after, he was spotted all the way in Wayne County. But before officers could arrest him, he took his own life. A deadly ending to a toxic relationship that had spiraled completely out of control. Now the internet's been in full detective mode ever since, and folks are divided. There's been non-stop speculation, arguments, and blame going back and forth. But one thing that stood out from that live, one moment in particular, got people saying Zaria may have unknowingly signed her own death warrant. Here's where it gets even darker. During the live, Zaria mentioned a man named Oodie. She called him Oodie. He was allegedly one of Shamar's closest friends, but word on the street is Obi lost his life recently, and folks are saying Shamar might have been the one behind it. That's right, people are pointing fingers at Shamar, suggesting he was responsible for his own friend's death. So when Zaria brought that up on live, some believe that was the final trigger. Now here's where things take an even wilder and more twisted turn. Word on the street is that Shamar might have actually set Obi up. Yeah, the same best friend he was supposedly grieving.
I ain't get to tell about Oodie. Then I gotta die about that. You told my shit.
Damn, bitch.
I gotta die if I tell what happened.
Give me my phone.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die behind this, so y'all won't know that tea right now. Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
Folks are saying he was right there at Obi's funeral, sitting with the family, hugging people, playing the heartbroken friend, all while allegedly knowing he had something to do with it. Let's be clear though, these are still just allegations. Shamar was never officially charged or named a suspect in Obi's death, so legally his name was clean. But that didn't stop people from speculating. The streets were talking and the rumors just kept growing louder. And here's the part that's got people shook. When Zaria went live with him and she brought up Obi's name, many believed that was the final straw. That was the moment she said something that couldn't be taken back. People online are saying that by mentioning Obi, or Oodie as she called him, she might have unknowingly put herself in even more danger. That's the part that's haunting folks the most. So once that live went viral, the internet was buzzing with one question: who is Oodie? Who is Oodie? Everybody wanted to know the identity of this mysterious friend that Zaria mentioned, the one tied up in all the rumors. Well, we finally got some answers. Oodie's cousin has now come forward to speak on the situation, and what she said, it only adds more emotion to this already tragic story.
But I had to say something. I know everybody in the family is asking me, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I tried. I really did. I know online y'all know them as Frenchman and Duchess. But to me, I know them as Shamarcus and Zaria. With that being said, I want to clear a few things up about my cousin. Because at the end of the day, it needs to be said. All I keep hearing online is Oodie this, Oodie this, Oodie this, Oodie this, Oodie this. Let's clear something up. First of all, my cousin's name is not Oodie. It's Obi. Okay? Let's start there. Secondly, y'all paint this narrative as if it was some type of down low situation going on. And what I want to let y'all know is, first of all, Obi got, hey, I'm going to just say that. He was not a part of the community. This is not no DL situation. I also want to say this because the narrative that's being painted is not right. First of all, my cousin is deceased, so rest in peace to him. But I want y'all to understand a few things about our family. We got some serious steppers over here. And when I say steppers, I'm not talking about the stuff y'all see on the internet where they posting up. No, I mean, we got them real gangsters that move in silence, okay? Everybody's sitting here trying to figure out, why did Shamarcus do what he did? Well, let me explain to you why. Because there's a couple things y'all need to know. First of all, Shamarcus knew that he wasn't going to make it 24 hours. Let's start. He wasn't going to make it 24 hours. He wasn't. So it was better for him to do what he did to himself before somebody else did something to him. Let's start there, okay? Secondly, everybody's painting this picture as if he pew-pewed Zaria, or if he Zaria, and that wasn't the case. What happened is that boy put hands and feet on that girl. And this wasn't something new. He always put hands and feet on that girl. Okay, head, shoulder, knees, and toes on that girl. Let's be honest. This time stuff went a little bit too far. It happens. It went a little bit too far. Rest in peace to both of them. Okay? Because it's never right to put your hands on a female. Let's start there. He put hands and feet on this girl so bad that she was unconscious. Now, personally, I feel like she could have made it had she got the medical attention that she needed. But she laid there for an hour and a half. An hour and a half before police had even arrived. Make that make sense. If he really cared about her, you know what he would have did? He'd have picked up the phone and called the ambulance. But he didn't. He didn't. Because he already knew he had Because when Obi rode, he brought Shamarcus. If he got paid, he brought Shamarcus and broke him off. But see, the problem is when you out here getting money, because my cousin wasn't no weak dude. When I tell you he was out here getting that bread, he was getting that bread. Okay, and it might have not have been legally, but he was getting that bread. And the crazy thing about it is the way he was set up, we kept saying, this got to be an inside situation, because the stuff that these people knew didn't make sense. It got to be an inside situation. He knew if it ever came out that he was involved in that situation with my cousin Obi, that he was going to have to give his ass to God. You understand that? Period. He knew this. He knew this. He knew this. So while he was up here pillow talking to Zaria, he ain't realized this whole time you been putting hands and feet on that girl. See, she called the wrong people. What she should have did is called my family and told us the real, but she was so afraid to say something. Because she knew if she said something, it was gonna go the way it was gonna go. This boy put hands and feet on this girl for everything she did that he felt or deemed that was unacceptable. But he couldn't do that shit with my cousin around. Obi didn't play that putting your hands on female, he didn't play none of that. He didn't play none of that. He didn't play none of that. And see, the more I think back, it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make a lot of sense. And my auntie said, don't get on there, Truth. Don't say nothing. Let it go. We got our justice. And I told my auntie, I said, no, motherfuckers need to know the real. They need to know how motherfucking snake down dirty Shamarcus was. Now, I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking family, your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, because they all can get it. So play with me if you want to. I meant that everything on my cousin's grave, they all can get it. So don't come over here with that bull. There is a snake down dirty ass nigga. He know what he did to my cousin. He know.
You can hear the pain in her voice, and she's clearly still trying to process everything that went down. This entire situation is just devastating from every angle. A toxic relationship, lost lives, grieving families, and kids left behind. No matter which way you look at it, it's heartbreaking. I need y'all to let me know what you think. Do you believe there's more to this story? Was Zaria trying to warn us all during that live? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've been keeping up with these deep dives, don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next story we break down. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.